back in the day, but I know that's not going to be the situation for no time. But I see it growing and getting to that again with a little bit of sponsorships and a little TV and things like that. But I wish you guys a lot of luck on that.
You're absolutely right. I mean, we're a lot of the young guys. There's really not that many places to play. I mean, if you don't, if you're not in the NFL, and it's a little tougher to get up to Canada a lot nowadays than it was a little while back. UFL is there now, but there's no NFL Europe. So really, if you want to play, there's not that many places to play. So I've been surprised. We've signed quite a few guys. The young guys that have gotten cut from the NFL camps, I wasn't quite sure if we'd get those guys or not, and I've been a little bit surprised that we are getting those guys, even though the money's a lot less than it was. A lot of those guys want to keep playing. They're 23, 24, 25.
Exactly.
They want another shot in the NFL. So we did sign quite a few guys that we would have signed 2 years ago, even that were coming, got cut by the NFL. So that did surprise me a little bit that so many of those guys want to keep playing and will play in arena football.
Yeah,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's good game film for them, though. That
What's
tape,
that?
they can take that tape. That's the same as being on another, on a practice team or being on a team before cuts come in the NFL. That's good film for them to produce to potential NFL teams that are interested in them.
Right. So I think it's just, in the NFL scouts, they'll still look everywhere. So I think, a lot of these guys, I think it's the best thing that, hey, if you're not somewhere, keep playing, keep being seen out there.
Right.
It's all timing and who sees you at the right time and the chance you get. So I think it's great.
Chance and circumstance. Now, let me ask you this. Now, we've seen players cross over from the AFL to the NFL and succeed tremendously. Kurt Warner, Styles White. Why is it that NFL players seem to have a tougher time adjusting to the indoor game than the indoor game players adjusting to the outdoor game?
I think a lot of it is just that, our game, there is a niche to our game. I mean, you have to be able to adjust pretty quickly. The game is different. So even though you might have been, successful or you're good at the outdoor game, does not necessarily mean you're going to be good at the arena game. And I've been in this for so long. I've seen a lot of NFL guys come that just can't pick up just kind of the nuances of our game. So, it doesn't really, we've tried out some receivers here too that, have some NFL experience, and I just, some of them I just don't think are as good as the receivers that I've seen in arena football. So, you just have to come into arena and still fit what we do. And a lot of guys in the NFL, they just have a hard time doing that.
Yeah, I mean, 4-4 is fast, regardless of how long the field is. But when your field is, what is it, 70? How wide is it?
50,
is it 50?
50 long.
Well,
yeah.
50 long, right? But how many? How wide is it?
About 28.
About 28.
28.
Okay. That 4-4 turns into like a 2-2. With your reaction time, Adam.
Right.
I mean, Adam, you're laughing, but I mean, seriously,
Quick game.
it's amazing. I mean, like when I went to camp, as soon as my plant foot hit, that ball was already. I mean, I'm already in my throwing motion as I'm getting ready to take my third step.
Right.
So I mean, it's amazing how, like I said, like you look at Kurt Warner, and he's making throws his first couple of years outside of Iowa, and it's like, how the hell did he do that?
Yeah.
But then he's got ball right up under center. Ball out his ear, boom, out.
Fire.
And now, right before he retired, he kind of slowed down a little bit. I don't know. Like I said, it's amazing how football players kind of have a tendency to go, oh, we can do that, and it turns out you can't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, the speed is tremendous.
The biggest difference is, I think, from the outside to inside, is that catching that motion too.
Yeah, that is true. When you're standing there, you be on your toes. Hell, you can be turned halfway around. It's still it hurts.
Yeah.
And that's the resident dingo in the studio. But how are things? I mean, how do you feel from what you've seen so far? I mean, how do you feel? Going into camp, getting ready for that first game.
Right.
I mean, do you feel good? Do you feel? I mean, honestly, now I don't want like the whole. I feel good. We're gonna go and get. I mean, do you feel like you're set? I mean, do you feel like you have that core nucleus of guys that you have a shot at running the table?
I think we have. I do think we have a core of guys. So I do think going into it, We have some experienced guys at every position, which I think you have to have in arena football because, and these guys, you know, that played know too. The coaches can't coach everything up in arena football. There's so much that goes on with veterans telling the younger guys what to do, and that's just a huge part of our game.
Right.
But you know, I think we have a good core, guys. Tell you the truth, the other guys, there's such a huge unknown right now going into camp, just because we haven't seen these guys play. And until you get them out there on our field and watch them for a couple practices and just see how they react to everything. So I kind of feel good about our core players, but really I'm just excited to kind of see who, you know you're going to get some players out of it. You're just not you just don't know who they are yet.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it. Thank you, and best of luck this season.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, have a good one, Coach.